Good afternoon, April 30th, 2020. Piotr here, this is Light Forex Global YouTube channel. Good morning, good evening, guys, wherever you are. Last trading day of April, meaning that the flow related to the end of the month will dominate. But we had FOMC rate decision and statement yesterday, and today we do have European Central Bank rate decision. So it's a ECB day, and see you euro where you are in May. So without a further delay, let's check few euro charts. Okay, let's start with the biggest time frame. It's time to check where we are from higher time frame perspective. For example, like the monthly chart, if we are going to take into the consideration that was negative candle when it comes to the first quarter, right? More or less something like this, right? High wave candle, we can say. The March candle, the March volatility, the range, it's a typical high wave candle. So for now, in my opinion, we might see this type of the range, right? Meaning that if we are going to take into the consideration that we are about to test last line of the defense for Euro bulls, all right? How that could work. So overall, in my opinion, it's bearish, medium long term still. So let's start what has to happen to cancel the bearish view. To cancel the bearish view and start some kind of the consolidation, I would say we have to get back and close above this month open or this month high, right? So for example, if you are going to make the engulf and close, right, it could be that we are going to start to consolidating. Something similar to what we've seen to the left side, meaning that the March high could be taken as a top, right? And we may move between 115, 110. Only move and close above 115 is going to change my view medium long term when it comes to the euro, right? So we know where we are, what has to happen medium long term to cancel the bearish view. Now, I don't know where we are going to close today, especially, ECB, last day of the month, long weekend in Europe, right? There is a possibility from the monthly chart perspective. Of course, the body of that candle for now, well, we might end up much higher, guys. I do understand that. But for now, it might be treated as some kind of the preparation for the swing low. The only thing I don't like here is the body, negative body, right? So I think that we are going to anyway retest 106.30, if not 105, before market will try to, step in when it comes to the bulls and defend this 105. Because if we are going to break through 105, right, we were discussing this quite a few times, and we were well above 110 when I said that, well, I'm not gonna be surprised if we are going to see parity and then continuation well below the parity. Well, if we are going to make simple measure, right, of that consolidation, okay, of that consolidation, see, we broke to the upside, we failed, we get back, right? So it's time to make the same size to the downside. Parity 96, in my opinion 92 and 88 could be in play long term, medium term. Again, as long as we are staying below 115, because if we are going to get back above 110, still it's consolidation phase, continuation of the consolidation phase, in my opinion. So let's switch lower, let's switch to the daily chart. What I see here, and in my opinion probably it happened, but anyway, it could be the move to the downside on their own weight, right? So first move to the downside, 61, bounce. Second, and we are very close to 61, right? So, well, I'm looking for some bit spike higher on euro dollar, right? Towards the 61, right? Somewhere close to 109. And from here, eventually, I'm looking for a break. First target is gonna be the low, right? And the second target, final break to the downside, targeting most recent lows and 105. That's how I see euro dollar. Also, euro Swiss franc. By the way, sorry guys, no camera today. I had some technical problems. I don't know why. So apologize. I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know if it's good that it's without the camera or you prefer me seeing me. Let me know in the comment section. Anyway, that's how I see the euro dollar. Euro Swiss franc, also from the higher time frame perspective, looks very, very negative. And from the monthly chart, we can even try to draw some kind of the falling channel on the monthly, right? Trying to be precise. Anyway, we are on the verge on the huge breakdown, right? Which might bring first, of course, parity, and then much lower levels, right? So higher time frames in the euro chart, they are not that good, right? They don't look promising. There is nothing to try to build the optimism based on. Now, the important thing, in my opinion, short term, when it comes to the euro Swiss franc, is that particular low over here, right? So there might be a little bit of the relief with the market rally above 106.50, maybe 107, retest. And if we are going after the retest, we are going to hold that. We might see some kind of the relief rally. Where is next target? Next target is around 108.80, 109. Another huge zone when it comes to supply. Only move and close above the psychological 110, so very similar to what we have on euro dollar. Here, right, 110 might bring more upside when it comes to the euro Swiss franc. So what I'm gonna to look for today, in case of any spike, right, towards 106.50, 107, that's gonna be my attempt to try to reject and fade any euro rally. All right, that's how I see the things on the euro Swiss franc. And finally, euro British pound. Well, probably that's the only cross for now, not taking into the consideration the euro versus commodity. I want to see where we are in May when it comes to the risk, because there could be the chance for a euro bulls, right? Or commodity currencies bears, I would say rather that way. It might be accidentally that euro is euro is rising versus those currencies. Anyway, with risk off, euro might looks a little bit better, right? Because it's a funding currency. So anyway, when we are talking about the majors, euro dollar, euro Swiss, euro pound might be the pair where I'm going to look for some maybe buying opportunity. Overall, what we have, some kind of the consolidation, right? And we've seen stops been taken out both sides, but the last one was upside. So might be more downside from here. So let's have a look on the smaller time frame, right? Weekly chart. I like that consolidation to the left, meaning that we are testing these levels right here, right now, okay? But if my way of thinking with this stop count to the upside is gonna bring some lower levels, it could be, if it's not going to work here, right? If you remember, I've been trying to trade few times these levels, but also previous week doesn't look good with this upper shadow, right? So there is another, if we are going to fail here, right, around the low of that candle which broke through the latest supply. So if we are not gonna be able to hold these levels, right, then we have another consolidation and latest weakness which might be in play, and that's the latest weakness, right? And also 50% of that consolidation, so levels close to 85, 84, 50 might be in play on the euro pound. But here, based on what I see, right, I'm going to look medium term to try to check the long side, right? When it comes to the daily chart, we are right now testing the demand zone, and we are trying to hold, right, that zone. We are trying to hold. Well, another rally from here could take place, but I would watch 88.80, and I would like to see the break through that level, retest, and then further rally out of that towards 90, 91 again. All right. If we are going to fail here, as I mentioned, that's what we discussed from higher time frame. That's the latest weakness. That's what we might retest, levels around 85, 84, 50. So that's how I see the things on the euro. So looking for selling opportunities not necessarily has to happen today. ECB, end of the month flow, long weekend in Europe. You don't want to be trapped, guys. You don't want to be trapped. So not necessarily today, but I'm looking overall for a possibility to sell euro dollar or add into short positions. I'm looking for selling opportunities on euro Swiss franc. Eventually, if we are going to see rally, I'm interested via euro pound. Guys, that's it. It was my pleasure. Be careful out there. I'm going to get back later with another update. Take care and goodbye, guys.